What's up, peoples? Welcome to Spliff Talk. So, there has been the trend going. My most favorite trend: restore the SnyderVerse. And in celebration of how good that trend is doing, because I've been watching a lot of news from Ping Pong Flicks, from so many other people. It's a long list. Our movie review, Ping Pong Flicks, everybody talking about it. About how there's a lot of things going on, Warner Brothers. A lot of things going on. And so, together, to add on to this whole Snyder trend, we're going to react to the top 10 Zack Snyder Justice League scenes. See if we agree with it. This is from the TV Regent. This was released in 2021 of March 20. So, let's watch it almost a year later and get our SnyderVerse on.
Oh, and son, you've called me the Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I love that
After
scene.
months of petitioning and protesting, the legendary Snyder Cut is finally released for streaming, with better storytelling, meaningful character arcs, good dialogues, cooler bad guys, and non-awkward moustacheless faces. Zack Snyder's Justice League is every bit of what the fans are waiting for. So without further ado, here are the top 10 moments from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Kickstarting this list is the epic final battle against Steppenwolf, and mind you, it was epic even before Superman stepped in. It's no secret that the Snyder Cut was going to be darker and grittier than any other DC movie, but they aced it with the blood and gore, something even Marvel never played with. There's something so very satisfying when parademons get skewered on a trident. Okay, put all the action aside, the characters themselves are enough to rock this scene. Yes, they fought together a few times before, but it wasn't really together, was it?
I'm so sorry.
Everyone just did their own thing, but in the final battle, the group actually functions like a team. It's not every day you get to see Cyborg saving Aquaman and sharing a little bromance, and the killer soundtrack is an awesome backdrop to the adrenaline-pumping vibe.
I agree with that statement. That's number 10. Okay.
We have to assume
What's your
he's
number
won.
9?
I don't care how many demons he's fought and how
Suit
many
up.
hells. He's never fought us.
The only one who really suited up though was Batman.
Planning a fight is usually the boring part. When you put the fate of the world in the hands of the most mismatched bunch, trying to get them to be on the same page can get entertaining, to say the least. From Cyborg's and Batman's dead-eye seriousness to Aquaman's why am I even here attitude and Barry's attempts at lightening the mood, it's this little perfect scene where every character is unapologetically themselves.
He'll break through the Unity's defenses.
Remind me, how's that again?
With the power of love,
Barry.
with a catastrophic energy surge.
And they actually finally had a plan. Then there's the suiting up scene. Backed up by another killer rock and roll track, the pieces are finally falling together. Does Barry always do a little yoga ritual before a fight, or is it reserved for the saving the world fights? All in all, Snyder made perfect use of the striking differences in this motley bunch to mix and match doom and gloom, righteous power, and goofy freakouts.
We actually finally have a plan.
We have a plan. This is the only way. There are 6, not 5. There's no us without him.
Resurrecting Superman is one of the major scenes in Justice League, but in the old Justice League, the only thing remotely entertaining was Barry's pet cemetery concerns. But Snyder took this chance to do a little bit more than crack zombie jokes and have the characters build a bond with each other in the most unlikely place.
Who's gonna say it? I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I agree. Man, I just love the
Nothing like spitting
SnyderVerse.
drinks over a dead body, eh? This scene mashes an Amazon and an Atlantean talking about old feuds with two boys talking over a girl crush.
And you think she'd ever go for a younger guy?
She's 5,000 years old, Barry. Every guy's a younger guy.
Yes, this movie is dark. Yes, it has a generous amount of doom and gloom, but Snyder has perfected the balancing act between humor and depth. Then the red flag that charges back takes the dead hero to Star Labs, where Barry puts his questionable taste of clothing to the test with poor Arthur. Beyond the humor and the puns, this scene marks a key point in the Justice League storyline, since it's the first time the team goes off on a mission without anybody bailing, even though not everyone likes his plan and manages to pull things off. Then there's the seemingly human scene that's probably one of the most heartwarming parts of this movie. Superman's death is what sets the stage for the whole Steppenwolf saga, and the Snyder Cut plays with his death from all angles, from the loss of a hero to the loss of a son and partner. No one felt Superman's death more strongly than Martha and Lois.
And look at him and tell him how proud I am of my son.
And like Martha rightly says, the world was just mourning the loss of a symbol, but Martha and Lois lost a person they valued with or without his superpowers. In a movie that centers on much grander things like gods and aliens and planetary destructions, it really leaves a mark when they take some time to explore the human side of things.
You'll never love anybody the way that I love your son.
Okay, one human side of this conversation is played by Martian Manhunter, but he wasn't faking Martha's feelings.
The world needs you too, Lois.
That was a really cool scene too.
The Snyder Cut took Steppenwolf a few notches higher. This puppy-eyed sentinel
With the blood in the water and
is so much
everything,
more of
that
a
shit
better
was
match
crazy.
than the snarling, gnarly, yet awkwardly hilarious
Chopped him
monstrosity
in
of the
half.
older version. The Xenomorphy Steppenwolf is a ruthless hunter, and none of the fish dicks, as Joker calls them, stood a chance. The scene also gives a much-needed explanation on why, unlike the Amazons, the Atlanteans weren't defending the Mother Box by the thousands. Remember what we said about how the Snyder Cut is not squeamish about blood? This is one of the scenes where it paid off really well. I'm not saying that I enjoyed watching good Atlantean soldiers being slaughtered. It's that it makes much more sense when people die from wounds that actually bleed instead of people magically falling dead. And Mira fights back, and given all the water-bending powers she has, it's good to see her putting up a fight instead of just taking hell of a hit. Gotta hand it to her. Trying to drain the water from Steppenwolf's body was a pretty smart move.
Your queen left me on my father's doorstep and never gave me another thought.
Your mother left you to save your life.
Barry Allen. Bruce Wayne.
You said that like it explains why there's a total stranger in my place, sitting in the dark, in my second favorite chair.
Okay, this one was there in the old Justice League as well, and there isn't much of a change. But whatever the few tweaks Snyder made took this goofy scene to a whole new level. One of the most notable changes is the background music. In the older movie, there's a screen above Barry's second favorite chair playing Blackpink, and as catchy as that song is, it just throws the whole cool superhero reveal vibe out of the window. In Snyder's movie, the whole music video is replaced with an appropriately awkward and goofy laughing skull floating in a pink background.
You're the Batman?
So you're fast.
A few seconds in and the soundtrack kicks into action with a beat that actually fits the video and complements it without creating a cringy mess. There's also the dialogue changes that transformed him from a petty pickpocket to lactose intolerant.
So I am just a black hole of snacks. I am a snack hole.
And the scene changes are slight, but it gives Barry a little bit more screen time, shifting the attention to Barry instead of monopolizing screen time to one gruffy hero. Besides, Barry gets to keep the Batarang, so what's not to celebrate?
Can I keep this?
Organic and biomechatronic body parts.
Oh yeah, the football game.
He's a cyborg.
No wonder Ray Fisher didn't like Joss Whedon's take on Justice League. Most of the depth and arcs in his character were scrapped out from the old movie, not to mention the full capabilities of his new body. In the old Justice League, Victor was just a boy with daddy issues and anger issues, but Snyder does the character some justice by giving Victor a heartwarming backstory.
I can't wait to see what you can be tomorrow.
That night he played rugby was the last time Victor got to live like a normal boy. It was also the last time he got to be with his mother, and the only image of his father that night was that he was too busy to join his son on his big night. Besides, Victor wasn't just some high school jock, he was a brilliant young man. Not that school databases are difficult to hack, but hey, even that prick of a principal agrees that he's smart. Above all of this, Victor is a sweet and kind-hearted boy. He might bend the laws here and there, but he only did this to help people in need.
Sarah's family lost their houses here. How could that child pass her classes? Victor helped her because he's got a good heart.
Oh yeah, I love that scene too.
Next up is Flash's run-in with his future wife and her run-in with a truck that nearly flattened her out of existence. I don't see what all the hoo-ha about the Snyder Cut being too dark was. After all, it's laced with these brief moments, or really fast ones depending on your perspective, that dole out generous amounts of character facts in a super catchy way. This Iris West catching scene, or hot dog catching scene, again, perspective, is one of those scenes that's bound to grow on you. Again, a solid 10 for the music. This was something missing in the old Justice League. Music. Not the chaotic, clumsy kind, but something that was really in sync with the characters' emotions, just as much as the events. And in case you're wondering, that hypnotic song is a piece of Rose Betts' cover of Song to the Siren.
Waiting to hold you.
Also, can we just take a moment to admire how gently and delicately Barry saved Iris, and also how his attention just switched like that to the flying hot dog. Pick your priorities, kiddo.
In times of crisis, for dog work, I always bring a meat snack because it makes them feel calm.
I have come to enlighten you to the great darkness.
Oh yeah.
I will bathe
That was a really
in your
good scene.
fear.
Yo,
Coming in
this guy
second is the
picked them the right
freakishly
way.
breathtaking Amazon battle. You know that
I
this
wonder
scene
what's the
is going to
first
be a
one.
million times better than before when the futuristic spiky Steppenwolf with a cute squishy face drops in instead of a Steppenwolf that looks like a creepy uncle you avoid at all costs. Gone are the cringy mother dialogues, thank God, or rather Snyder for that, and it's replaced with all the glory and the might of the Amazons. While in the other version, Hippolyta sacrificed her soldiers in the death trap of a cave in a heartbeat, the Snyder Cut takes time to show the agony she went through in doing so. In line with their true spirit, she even tries to save as many as she could. Also, the Snyder Cut doesn't make a joke out of the noble Amazons by allowing Steppenwolf to destroy them in some puny 4 minutes. The daughters of Themyscira won't go down without a battle, and the extent they went to save the box, their perfect harmony makes for a scene that almost got me screaming war cries myself. In the top spot is Superman's entry into the fight, and boy was it good to see
really?
his
That's
actual
your
mouth
number
on his
one?
face rather than that awkward CGI monstrosity. All matchy-matchy with Batman in his new suit, Superman sends Steppenwolf flying with one kick, announcing not so subtly that he's
that's
back
true.
in the fight. Wonder Woman and Aquaman pumped up now that the guy they resurrected is helping them
my
instead of
first scene
bashing
would be
their
them
heads in,
chopping his
join
head
the fight
off.
literally in smiles. Something I found interesting is how Superman didn't return the sparkly goody two shoes, which is good because after all, a few hours ago, he was legit dead. Beating Steppenwolf senseless, Superman shows a level of brutality that actually gives more credibility to the nightmare sequence as well. In the backdrop of yet again an amazing soundtrack, the trio takes down Steppenwolf, and let me tell you, this energy, this action, and this raw emotion, this is the Justice League I was dying to watch when they announced the movie release all those years ago. And those were the top 10 moments from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Hats off to Zack Snyder for creating this amazing piece of art. And thank you to everyone who made this movie possible. It was a long and hard road getting there, but this movie is absolutely worth it. A good response on this video definitely guarantees me making Volume 2, so smash the like button, and I'll see you next time on the TV Regent.
That was good. That was good. The SnyderVerse, man, is the best version of DC superheroes. I'm sorry. Hands down, the best, most accurate version of all the DC heroes. I love that they have blood. I love everything that he did with it. Everything is so different from Marvel. And now, like, with all this other stuff that DC is trying to do, like, I'm not happy about the Batman, bro. I'm still gonna keep saying it. I'm not happy. And I'm gonna keep saying it until you like, why? And then I'm gonna do a video and I'm gonna tell you why. In fact, I'm already planning to do a video. I just haven't done it yet. Because there's some things I'm waiting for. But peace out, guys. I love you. Thanks for watching. Deuces. See you on the next episode. Peace.
Thank you.